Exactly, because as you may have seen, the tool is actually for entrepreneurs and leaders who are looking to align their mindset with certain goals, but it is also for professionals such as coaches and consultants who are helping people to a mindset shift.
So we want to, during this webinar, explain a little bit about how the Mindset Coach process and the program works to become a Mindset Coach faculty member, and what our vision is for that, and how that is going to unfold over the next couple of months.
So we're going to start with the question, why should you be a coach? Why should you be a professional mindset map coach?
So here we go to start our slides. And so this idea of becoming a professional mindset coach, and obviously the key here is, what is a mindset map, and, why did we create this to begin with? And then how does coaching fit into it?
And so let's start with the why. Why did we create it? And, it kind of comes back to this notion of success factor modeling, that whenever you see a successful person, there is something behind the success. And very often it has to do with the mindset. So just as much as at the creation of NLP, the discovery was that a great therapist is not a analytical therapist who is following Freud, or another one who is a Gestalt therapist. It's beyond that. There's a certain structure to it. So what we have noticed is the same thing applies to mindset. There's a certain structure to success, and you can model that.
In fact, that's what success factor modeling is about. We start with this sort of what we call our inner software. We could say our inner apps. What is it that is actually driving or influencing how we act and what we do. So we start with this notion of our mindset and how that produces our actions.
And as we go from the actions, the actions actually create certain outcomes. So those are the things that we want to achieve.
And in those of you who have attended the webinar series know that we've been working with these 5 key focuses: increasing personal satisfaction in what we're doing, making a genuine and meaningful contribution, achieving greater innovation and resilience, establishing financial robustness and stability, and building a scalable business.
And a lot of you have probably, read about mindsets and probably read Carol Dweck's book about, the 2 key mindsets. So you could be growth mindset, or you could be fixed mindset. And as much as, we love that work, I mean, one of the issues that I have faced with my clients as a coach was that people were saying, okay, so now I know, let's say I'm fixed mindset, but what am I going to do? And what does that mean for my business? And so I think it's a really kind of sharp twist here that we say, okay, there are these 5 key goals, and let's look at mindset as something that you can set accordingly to those goals. And now we can be way more specific about how to help you as a coach, and how to help, an entrepreneur to achieve some of these goals.
And this is, of course, why we built into the Mindset Map tool. Again, I'm sure that most of you watching and are interested in becoming a coach have already used that tool for yourself, where you answer a group of questions about your different areas of mindset: meta mindset, macro mindset, micro mindset. And then you, by defining what is your current focus in terms of those goals, it shows you what would be the ideal mindset for that and what's yours. So your current mindset. So it's giving you this kind of gap analysis. And again, if you've taken that, you'll know it suggests a series of tools, which are great. But one of the things that we know is that the tool itself is not enough. That oftentimes we need to have some of our unconscious biases, some of our unconscious blind spots mirrored back to us. And this, of course, is one of the big reasons that we do coaching and have coaches.
So as you know, some really large companies, for example, I know Microsoft has embraced, the growth mindset culture. And what we are seeing here is a real opportunity to help people to kind of go beyond sort of a traditional um, paradigm shift. Yeah, the paradigm shift is how do I become more of a growth mindset person in life? But in order for an entrepreneur or for a leader to make certain decisions, life gets a little more complex. So this gap analysis and this mindset map tool is really helpful to do more in-depth mindset shift work with people. And that's what we are hoping to teach and let you have as a toolbox in your coaching empire and venture.
Your coaching empire in practice. So,
Yeah.
so our vision here, we said, well, as we were first creating this tool and realizing how powerful and how useful it could be for coaches, we said, well, we want to create this professional community, an international community of mindset coaches, and where we would be able to do this kind of best practice sharing on a global level.
And also, once we have a global presence, which is our idea to be present in all important languages and geographies of the world, we can both be best practice sharing and we can provide ongoing continued education and inspiration to the members of the team.
And hopefully one of the things we think will be valuable and useful is, the success factor modeling brand. And of course, now the Mindset Maps brand is really becoming known all over the world. The success factor modeling books are translated into multiple languages. There have been courses in many parts of the world. And so with the mindset work and the mindset coaching, we think is really it's now a global brand, and we really want to use that to support our certified members.
So as I said, the inventory will be available in all important languages, and we're going to be taking important steps in terms of establishing those partnerships in the coming months. And also, one of the things that we want to be able to do is to be able to refer businesses. We have made a big decision at the beginning that we are purpose driven and mission driven, so we want to offer the tool free of charge to people, and hopefully that's going to be a great tool for us to drive traffic and people who are interested in doing some deeper work, as Robert was saying, because they're going to see those tools, but they're going to have a lot of questions, and that's where you can come in as our future coach faculty.
So again, there'll be this, because the tool is going to be free, it's going to be in multiple languages. It's going to create what you might call a funnel, where we'll be able to reach out to many different people. And then people who, as Mickey says, really want to go deeper and really make some true shift in their mindset, they're going to need coaching. So we might say then, what are the basic benefits of becoming a professional mindset map coach?
And this is really your why. So, one big reason is to expand the professional toolkit with a tool that I really say demystifies mindset, because one of the things, mindset is a very, like, if you look at hashtags, mindset is trending, people are really interested in it, but no one quite knows, okay, so what is the structure of the mindset and how do I change my mindset? So that's what we do with this tool.
And as Mickey was saying, so it also gives us this deeper dive with your clients. So you may be doing other forms of coaching with them. And actually, the mindset map is a tool that can be used in combination with other coaching practices. So but what the inventory gives you is really a method that helps you, find what's the gap and create a practical path to offer mindset development. So as you know, on the web application, there are 49 different tools, and these are a whole set of things that can be used to really help your client and take your client to a deeper level of success and transformation.
Yes, and the third area is expanding business opportunities and being able to differentiate from others. So as a coach, I'm pretty sure, you're familiar with the number of, there's a myriad of personality type tools and inventories out there. And, I have a lot of respect for some of those tools, and I'm certified in some, as I'm sure you are too. But the interesting question is, like you take an inventory and it typically tells you, okay, so that's your personality. And, we are hearing in some of our courses that people actually make decisions. Okay, so I can't take this career path because, my personality doesn't let me to, because I'm just very introverted, so I can never be a teacher. And what we believe is, this is really a different tool that will help you to differentiate and be able to articulate a unique proposition to your clients, because you're not only talking about an unchangeable personality, but you're talking about mindset, and in a way that it's aligned, changed, and can be set accordingly to goals.
Our metaphor basically is like your mindset is like your software. And if you want to, change what your device is doing, whether it's your laptop or your smartphone, you change the app. And so what we're really giving people is the sense of, these are the main apps that you're going to need in order to create a successful venture. So if we look a little bit more at this idea of expanding your professional toolkit, it's an exciting tool. People like it. It's very interesting. I've had young people take it. I've had older people take it. People of different cultures. It's really, of course, fascinating to get a mirror back into yourself, and how you function. It's been interesting for me to take it and also take it at different times. So again, this is really the first profiling tool of this kind.
And by the way, I don't know if you've noticed that if once you take, a personality inventory, they're pretty much suggesting not to take it anymore, because what's behind it. Whereas, with the Mindset Maps tool, it's actually not something that you want to manipulate. You can take it multiple times, and you can really use it in a process of developing somebody. And, also it's proven, as we mentioned, it's based on SFM. It's backed by Robert. And it's also, utilizing my kind of global experience as a coach. And, I love the quote there that says, "One little shift in the mindset." Wow. Just one little shift in the mindset, it can really change your results in your life and business dramatically.
Yeah, and that's what this is all about. We want to see this global dramatic change. We want to see people succeed and bring their dreams into reality. And again, it's a way of allowing you to dive even deeper into your work with your clients, and deeper, we think, than other personal development change tools. It really gives you a way to understand their mindset and what can be done to actually adjust it and align it with their goals.
And as you know, we have the meta, the macro, and the micro levels of the mindset. So the meta mindset is really fundamental to, successful life and existing as a healthy human being. So, Sam Chan here talks about breakthroughs. And I really believe that through, looking at mindset on those three levels, and very often, hitting something really key on the meta level, you can make a breakthrough, and your clients will be forever grateful to you.
And by the way, both Sam Chan and Deb Battersby, who was the previous quote, that this was their comments on doing mindset change coaching work. So they're speaking from experience here. So finally, that there was that third area where, again, this is, today as we come out of and start to come out of this period of great challenge and crisis that has probably set a lot of coaches back, it's really, hit a lot of businesses hard. we need ways to be able to expand our opportunities. And it's rather interesting. I think the success mindset map is probably one of the most, perfect tools for what our people are needing today in order to, be resilient, to reinvent themselves. So, the map itself is, of course, very interesting and very revealing, but you can go even deeper because that profile can be unpacked and translated with the support of a coach and this is what we'll be going over in the training, how to really get the most out of that profile.
And, the other part of this is that right now, this is individuals, leaders, entrepreneurs. And as a next step, we'll soon be also coming out with a more B2B version that integrates leadership into the micro level. So we truly believe that a growing number of organizations will want to use this, and it will be another way for you to differentiate.
And as Dr. Mesh Siebel said, and we didn't put his background here, but Mesh is one of the world experts on menopause and has a global network and community of people that are helping women, through menopause. And a big part of that is mindset. But as he says here, I realize that if I believe I can achieve, and if you want to try to take this internal game to the next level, this is a good place to check it out. So that means people see it and they recognize this as a great opportunity.
Yeah, I'm sure, by the way, a lot of you have gone through some coaching education. And one of the things that you learn is probably the Timothy Galway approach, where he talks about the inner game and the external game. So by the way, this tool is really a way to unpack the inner game. So what are some learning opportunities and outcomes that are included in this education if you come with us on the journey? Well, first of all, the explanation and the theoretical foundations and practice of success mindset map coaching, right? And also to exposure to the process, the coaching process, and the tools, the 49 tools that Robert mentioned, and some of the key techniques and skills and competencies that are wrapped around it.
There'll, of course, be an opportunity to practice with peers, get feedback, and to put your learning into practice with real, client case studies. And, we'll be practicing the applications of mindset map coaching skills and get group supervision.
And so, the fifth module is very much going to be based on the application and supervision, and you will get some feedback and in-depth assessment through the process as to how you apply mindset map coaching work.
And then there's going to be, other things. So one of the things that we'll be adding is that as a coach, you will be getting when you use our dashboard, coach dashboard, you will be getting a premium report for your clients. We'll say a little bit about more that in a moment. You get a partner code and access to the online platform. There's a 145-page Mindset Maps coaching workbook, which we'll be showing in just a moment. And then access to some new B2B tools that are coming.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good package all together, and all of it to serve the unpacking of the inner game.
So I'm going to show for just one moment the workbook. So we were speaking about that. So this is our workbook, and as you'll see, it's got a lot in it. There's many. It goes over all the aspects of what is meta mindset and how we're evaluating it, and then of course it's going to go over the macro and micro, and then we'll take you into all of the possible ways of looking at what the ideal mindset is and what kind of resources you need. And then there will be all of the tools and exercises for the meta mindset, of course, for the macro mindset, and then finally for our all of our micro mindset tools. So it's really quite a quite an in-depth workbook for you. And as we said, in addition to that workbook, you'll also be getting a premium report. The premium report will show some other types of results. So how to interpret the results and get them in different ways, like in a radar chart and bar charts that show, where are the main areas of focus. So these are going to be additional resources that you will get from being in a professional mindset coach.
Yeah, as you have seen, if you've done your inventory, there's something that you can see on the website, such as the gap analysis, such as the graphical representation of your map and the tools and the ideal mindset map. And then you get a much simplified PDF, which is basically the free report that we are offering to everybody. And so as a coach, you will get the premium report, which will have all the graphical displays, and also, some of the data that Robert mentioned, and also additional analysis for the micro mindset, where, some of the most exciting questions lie, because that's where, the zone of genius and the zone of excellence and the zone of competence and incompetence really split. So you will get all of that free of charge for your clients. So that's one of the benefits of being a coach.
So again, the path, there's the 5 modules. We've already done the 5 entrepreneurial goal webinars. Those are pre-recorded. They're still available online. Our coming modules are going to be 2 days each, 4 hours a day. So they're 8 hours, and they're going to be on Zoom. They won't be a webcast like this, so there will be opportunity for interaction. They will also be recorded, however, and be available if if you're not able to be part of it, for that time period, you'll still have access to it. People can even, go back and, review. So we really want to make this, a strong, and rich education.
So yeah, the 5 modules, as you can see, the 5 webinars that can be reviewed anytime. So if you're not just now joining this process, no worries, you can make up and watch this online. Then next week, we're going to have the generative coaching skills, which is going to be focusing on a process. Then, the SFM intensive recap. So all steps are actually mandatory, but we wanted to offer discounts. So a big discount of 50% for somebody who is an SFM certified already, or somebody who is a certified coach. So that's why,
for those particular modules,
for the relevant module. And as you register, we'll be asking you to send us the certification. This is for that purpose, so that we can give you the 50% discount. And also, the total price of the entire certification process, step 1 to 5, is $1,400. If you have already taken the 5 webinars, that's $150 that you've already paid, and that comes off from that fee. This also includes, by the way, subscription and access for the Mindset Map Coach online platform that we have mentioned already. So you will be enjoying that for a year.
One thing I also want to just point out too is that when we talk about our generative coaching skills, it's actually, we're really going to be focusing on mindset coaching skills. And the generative aspect, of course, means that people are learning something new and being able to go somewhere new. But this is really going to be our focus is on how we use specific, what are the specific steps of coaching that are most relevant for mindset enrichment.
Exactly. And so here you see kind of a more elaborate representation of what happens in each module. Module 1, the webinars. Module 2, as we just clarified, mindset maps coaching process and the 6 steps of that. And then
then there's success factor modeling intensive, because one of the things that it may or may not be obvious if some of you have taken the success factor modeling next generation entrepreneur courses, is that the mindset map is very relevant and tied to building a circle of success. So, and circle of success is one of the key ways that we build and grow a venture. So we're going to be showing during that intensive exactly how the mindset map fits with the SFM circle of success. So I think that's going to be really important, because it's where we're connecting the key aspects of mindset to the key aspects of actually building a successful venture and business.
Right. And then module four is really going to be focused on, the 49 tools and kind of understanding the result configurations that come out of the micro mindset piece, and then how to apply, how to work with some of those tools. And then, between module 4 and 5, we will be asking you to do some casework with some of your clients, and then come back and we'll work through in a kind of supervision style, in some of those cases. And you will have opportunity for peer practice, and we'll be kind of looking at your competencies and skills around applying mindset map coaching.
So again, this is just another version of our professional path. So obviously the next key webinar is going to be next week, July 14th and 15th. They'll be from 9:30 to 12:30 on the 9:30 Pacific time, 12:30 Eastern time, and then 6:30 in Europe. So each day will be for 4 hours. So it'll be 9:30 till 1:30 on the West Coast where I am here. It will be 12:30 till 3:30 till 4:30 on the East Coast where Vicky is, and then 6:30 p.m.
10:30
until 10:30 in Europe.
Right. So again, it's going to be recorded. So if you have an issue with attending, it's okay. You can catch up with us. And then, we'll have the third module, which is really going to be focusing on SFM1 on July 21st and 22nd, same times as Robert already mentioned.
Then our follow-up modules will be in September. So the applied mindset coaching is December 16th and 17th, again, same hours. And then the following week, we do our follow-up based, coaching practice and supervision on the September 22nd and 23rd.
Exactly. So that's kind of an overview for you. And, obviously what we want to do here now is to open up for questions. So we're going to be looking out for any questions that you may have. And
so if you're watching on the YouTube channel, there's a chat box next to it. And if there is any questions that you have, please feel free to put them in there. And of course, you can always, if you have other types of questions, you can always write to us at that, at office@mindsetmaps.com. www.mindsetmaps.com. That's of course, our website. So
yeah, we'll be showing the link again at the end, just, for you to know where to register. But again, any questions, please send it to office@mindsetmaps.com.
And if you're watching now and you have any questions, please feel free you can type them in. I think, for me, one of the important things that we want to do is to really start to build, a mindset maps coach community. I know in the work that I do around the world, it's so important to be able to have, faculty members, partners, who are able to support us and support each other. So that ability to work collaboratively is really something that I think it's a big part of it. When my brother John and I started the whole notion of success factor modeling 20 years ago now, our original vision was that it would be a movement. And I think that movement is really starting to happen. That wave is really beginning to, you know, grow. So I see there's one question from Catherine is, what happens if I'm not available for Module 5, which is the supervision and practice one? And I think what we would say is that that is something that would probably be, you know, you're probably going to want to get some of that kind of feedback, but we would be able to arrange something with you. I'm saying, will the inventory be translated into other languages such as French? Yes, absolutely. What we want to do there is we're going to be having partners, and the partners, we'll have partnerships with people and use that partnership will be a way to get the mindset map translated into other languages. When we designed it, we built the website structure knowing that we would want to have that translated. So it is actually set up to be easily translated, and there would be a whole separate, for example, a whole separate French website and web structure.
So yeah, our thinking is, as you may have seen, we actually have two websites. So we have mindset-maps.com and mindsetmaps.com. So mindset-maps.com is going to be the inventory, and it's going to be available in multiple languages. And, you know, some of the languages that we feel strongly about, you know, include French, German, Spanish, Russian, but clearly, you know, Chinese, Japanese. So we want to have a global presence, and we'll be kind of going with the pace as we are seeing, you know, our partners are also willing to go. So actually, we are very much interested in partnership proposals, and, you know, so feel free to reach out about those to us as well.
I was looking at a few of the other questions there. One was, when will the French version be out? We don't know that for sure. We will be, you know, and if because someone was saying, well, I speak English, but my clients don't. So that's something, if you are interested in a partnership of that kind, it's different. It's going to be different. It's slightly, you know, a different process than just being the mindset coach. But that's where it would be good to contact us, and especially write to that email address. There's one other here. Oh, somebody's offering to be our partner in France. Great. So we are still, just to be clear about that, we're still working out some of our, you know, some of the whole, the steps and the details of a partnership, because what a partner would do would be somebody who's probably going to be helping to coordinate the coaches that are using the tool within that language. So we're really looking at how we want to set that up.
And we're, you know, actually thinking that somebody who is a partner, for example, for France or you know, China, is going to be also possibly an institute or, you know, a company who wants to build some programs around mindset maps. So there's going to be multiple opportunities, not just you know, access to the coaching tools and the mindset map tools in that language, and coordinating a community of coaches, but also building a whole, you know, portfolio of business for you for that particular market, with our support and with the support of the best practice sharing and the new tools that will be coming out.
Oh, I see. There's one other important question here to clarify that Catherine is asking, which is, says, so I understand that the tool will be free for a year, and what happens after that? The tool, just to be clear here, the online tool and the 49 tools that will guide people to will always be free. It will be online and always be free. The part that for the coaches is what happens when you are a coach, you're going to get a special, you know, you're going to get
premium report.
You will have special access to the
to the
data
platform.
the client is getting in the platform. Plus, you will be getting, a whole. In other words, the client themselves can always take this for free, and they get an access to certain tools. But in order to use those tools, in order to really make the mindset change, that's where they need the coaching. And this is where we're going to be giving the coaches extra information and extra, resources and support to be able to take those, the premium report that you'll get that the client doesn't get. Only the coach will ever get a premium report, and will be able to use that. So what the part that we're saying, if you do take our coaching training now, there is a sort of a fee that goes for getting access to the coach platform and the premium reports. That's something that will be renewed each year. So we will say more about that later during the course. I'm seeing if there's any other, let us know if you have, and you can enter any other questions, anybody. Well, maybe then this is, hopefully we've sort of answered some of the questions. We've clarified how this will work. As Mickey was saying, we are planning to have this a B2B version. We're going to be adding in a whole other area of mindset assessment that's related to leadership, that will be drawing from the SFM leadership model. So we do have more plans, and we really are wanting to gather and support our coach faculty. I see some other questions maybe coming in while we've been waiting. So one is, any idea when the subscription costs after 1 year? We will be letting you know that as we get closer to the course. And then what is
the ongoing support with client engagement?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure, Pamela, what exactly do you mean here? Would you like to clarify that question?
I can be saying that obviously what we would be doing is, with the client engagement, one of the main things you'll be getting is this premium report that you'll be learning through the mindset coach training, how to utilize and how to interpret. And so that really will help you to take, as we say, take this deeper dive with your clients. The other thing is, of course, we will be wanting to make referrals. For example, if we know that we have our French coach faculty, we will be, sending referrals from people who want to get mindset coaching to our coach faculty.
And by the way, our vision is to really build this into, an ongoing activity. So, there can be multiple things, events, conferences, books, really sourcing. One of my personal visions is that I hope that, as we have this global faculty, we'll be collecting stories of mindset map work from each of our coaches, and then really begin to share that. And some of this information, could be in the format of case studies, which can then be also released for, clients, just to, help your work. So there's a lot that can happen in that area.
Yeah, I also want to point out, by the way, that this tool is going to be featured in our upcoming book on generative consulting, which will be out within a few months. So that also shows ways in which the mindset map has been used in enterprises, for individuals, for teams. So it's again, there's a lot we can use it for. And I see that Pamela sort of was clarifying that it meant for enterprise working with teams and leaders. Again, yeah, we are going to have our what we're calling our B2B tool will definitely be having this extra dimension of adding leadership and specifically how we would work with teams. Somebody else asked, I think Eric asked,
is it for teams or individuals? So, the clarification is that right now, this is a tool for mapping an individual's mindset, but you can apply this I have personally, in my generative coaching practice, I have already applied it working with teams. For example, working with a CEO or working with an executive who is in charge of a division. You can use the mindset map tool to map out his mindset, per se, and then think about his goals as a leader for his team. And what there are some interesting possibilities for organizational development around there. But in addition to this, we'll be coming out with the B2B tool that's going to include conscious leadership, and that's going to be more focused on the act of leading a team.
Pamela also was clarifying this idea of evolving best practices. And yes, this is one of the things that we want to do with a coaching community, is that people can share how they've used that with different kinds of teams, with different kinds of ventures and industries. As you'll see, it's really it's quite a versatile tool, and there's many ways that we can utilize that.
Maybe we could put up that final slide, Robert, again, just so that
we're going to
people can see, how to register and where to send.
So again, first of all, thank you all for coming and joining us, and hope that's been a useful overview of what our plan is for our Mindset Maps Coach program. And again, we really see this as quite an exciting opportunity as we move forward into whatever our next world is, the shape it's going to take, and that we think that Mindset Maps is something that will really serve to truly help people create, as we say, a world to which people want to belong.
So hopefully we can welcome you to the coach faculty at some point. And again, any questions, address it to office@mindsetmaps.com. We are there, and hope to do this work with you very soon.
So until we see each other again, virtually or in person, we want to say thank you. Have a great evening or a great day, wherever you are.
Stay healthy and take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.